Welcome to the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Film Festival. I'm Joanna Kohler with cineMN, the show all about Minnesota cinemaking. And I'm very excited. We got Brandon Crowson here today. Thank you, Brandon, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You have the film The World Has No Eyedea in this film festival, and it focuses on this artist's idea. Tell us a little more about this.
It's a feature-length documentary. It's about an hour and a half. He was actually my favorite rapper, but on top of being a rapper, he also was lead singer of a punk band. He's a published poet. He was a breakdancer for many years. Not a lot of people know that. We talk about that a lot in the film too. So he's a really talented person, and unfortunately, he passed away in October of 2010, and we kind of cover that too. So when we first started to fundraise for it, I originally was only asking for $6,000 because I was making a movie about my favorite rapper. So for me, it was already a passion piece from the get-go. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where I was like, okay, I need this much money to be able to do it and not go broke doing it. You know what I mean? And when we called for the funds and everything, the outpour of support was insane. Like we made goal in 48 hours and we raised over $20,000 over the course of the 30-day campaign. We had donations coming in from Nepal, from the UK, et cetera. And it was just one of those things where he has a huge following all over the world, but they're in like small pockets, and I kind of felt like I didn't know a lot of other Eyedea fans until that happened. And it's like, oh, there's actually an army of us out there. Apparently, it was pretty cool. Like it's really considering that I admired him so much and followed his career so closely. It's one of those things where it's really cool to actually be able to see how big of an impact someone had on the earth.
You know, art is really expansive. It's never really about one form. And so you have somebody that is like that good in all these different areas. I think it's exciting to tell their story. But I'm also curious about your story and how you like even got into filmmaking.
Thank you. My background was a lot of manual labor for most of my life. And about mid-20s or so, I figured I always loved storytelling. That was my thing. Film was kind of the thing I was always a geek about, and I was tired of paying my rent with backaches, basically. So I went to MCTC for screenwriting, and in 2011, I won the MCTC Excellence Award for Best Feature-Length Script.
What is it like? What is that motivation? Why film?
I just like storytelling, and film's kind of the best way to do it. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it's one of those things where film is literally every art form together, you know? Like if you like if you like painting or photography or whatever, there's room for that in film. If you like music, there's room for that in film. If you like just storytelling in general, like like I said, screenwriting is what my degree's in, so I'm more of a story geek than anything else, but there's so many other things that go into different ways to tell a story in film that you just can't do in other mediums, you know what I mean? It also, makes it one of the most difficult things to get into, though, at the same time. Like I tell people all the time, a painter just needs a brush and some paint and a canvas, a poet just needs a pen and a piece of paper, man. A filmmaker needs an army.
This is true. It's a very collaborative art form. So if you had to tell folks why they should come out to see your feature doc, what would you say?
I would say just Google Eyedea and listen to any of his freestyles, or, the Blaze Battle when he won that, or the Scribble Jam in 99 when he won that, or pretty much any of his albums. Just listen to the man's music, and I promise you'll want to see what the hell was going on in his head.
I'm excited to see your work, and I think we should come out and support this filmmaker because I have a feeling that he's going to have a lot more films in this festival and other festivals. So looking forward to seeing you at the festival.